So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking once again about eFootball because I think we have to, and I'm going to put this video out because I did stream yesterday and it was a long day. I was kind of tired, but I still wanted to sit down and just play it because I played like probably 2 or 3 matches on Wednesday night when it came out, and that was it. Like, I played 2 games and I said to myself, what are you doing? You know, what else is there to play here? This is horrendous. Let's not bother. So that was pretty much it. But I did record my opening 2 games on manual. We're going to look at it. And I really just want to talk about like the actual problems with this build. Now, there is a lot of them. There is a lot of them. But the main one is the L2 physical button along with the likes of X. What's happening is players are trying to pull the player back, and then the game just goes absolutely mental. I mean, collisions galore, players are floating everywhere, clipping. It's just horrendous, but it's also quite amusing, and that's the sad part. Like, we have to laugh about this, because if we don't, we're going to be crying. You know, especially like myself, PES veteran. I played PES for many, many, many years. Now, obviously, PES is officially dead because this is not PES. You know, this is not what we grew up to love. But anyway, I'm going to start this video. Let's just dive into it. As I said, this was the first match that I played on manual. I've got it in 2 parts because I think I spent about 15 minutes in the replays, which I don't like. They've faffed around with the replays for some reason. They've made them far more complicated than they need to be. But anyway, here's the first problem. As we know, the grass itself has absolutely no 3D elements to it. It's a ball and some flat carpet. That's pretty much what this is. It's carpet. The boots look good. I have nothing wrong with like the player models, although they all look the same to me. It's like it's a copy and paste job that Konami has done. If you watch the game in cutscenes, when the players are walking out, they all walk the same. They're basically the same height. It's the laziness of Konami that has done it for me here, because they really, really couldn't be bothered to even change the referee. They have the same ref. Thomas Muller is back again. They couldn't be bothered to change the ref. Anyway, let's dive right into the action here, okay? So the game kicks off. Here we go. Okay, it might be a little bit laggy to start with. Hopefully it stops being laggy. I did record this on the PS5 and then sort of just uploaded it. And I'm kind of watching it back on YouTube, so hopefully it will play better, hopefully, when you guys watch it. But there was a prime example already. I mean, we're 2 seconds into this video. And... you know, right here. He's made the run, and then he just gets his ass in the way of it, bounces off him, falls back to Kimmich, and away we go. Now, this is the first major problem. Look at this. I am maybe 7, 8 seconds into this. Watch this. And this is what makes me laugh about that thing that Konami put out. There it is. Straight off the bat. 7 minutes in this game, which is about 10 seconds, and I've already seen this. And Konami had the audacity today to put out a post saying... about the opinions of us. We've noticed some problems with the game. Oh, really? Have you now? Like I said, 10 seconds in, and that's already what I've seen. So you clearly have not tested this build because it's a shambles, right? So I was trying to figure out the replays. As I said, they've changed the replays now. You use the right stick to flick between players. Then you can use L1 and R1 as a scene. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to figure my life out here. So I'm going to fast forward this because it was driving me up the wall. When do we actually get to where we need to get to? So right here, I was just going through it and watching back some of these highlights. And I couldn't believe, like, really? The first game? The first game. And this is what I'm going to get. And I think I went off and I don't know what I did there. I disappeared. So, yeah, here it is. He comes across, and this is when he starts using L2 to kind of pull him back. And you can see he's just bent out of shape. It doesn't look right. No player in their right mind is... I mean, I think at one point his ankle goes completely missing. Right there. Look at that ankle. I mean, what is going on? I tweeted this... because why wouldn't you? So there's the first problem. We'll move it forward a little bit more. I mean, look at it. And that's why you have to laugh at this, because if you don't laugh, you're going to be crying, because it is so, so bad. It's almost like a new company's come aboard and decided that they're going to put out this football game that they don't really have any experience with. And this is what we have. You know, Konami are a well-known company that have been making football games for decades. What on earth are you playing at? Right, I'm going to move forward here because I was looking at this for about a month. All right, so here we go. Now we got the free kick. We dive right back in it with Mr. Kimmich. So Manu itself felt very similar, okay? It felt very similar to PES 21. Same controls, triangle is actually faster to pass the ball, and that's why I said at the beginning, this is literally a copy and paste job for certain elements in this game. Very, very similar to PES 21, where they couldn't even be bothered to change things. I mean, it's good and bad, isn't it? Because there are good elements to PES 21, but stuff that hasn't been changed, like the match ratings are still the same. No changes there. I mean, some of the animations are the same. When you score a goal, every player is the exact same height, so they haven't fixed that. They couldn't be bothered to do that either. I don't care if this is an early build or not. Stuff like that should be addressed right off the bat, right off the gate. You should be sitting down, Konami, before this game was even put into the developers and drew up some sort of a brainstorming that you're going to fix. What are you going to fix? What's the same as PES 21 that needs to be addressed? Because it hasn't been. Anyway, we took a free kick with Sané and we hit the old crossbar, so they're exactly the same as well. You know, no changes to the free kicks. I don't think they need to be as advanced as FIFA's, because FIFA's minigame is a little bit over the top. But once again, like, change something. Change something. Anyway, here's Gnabry. There's another problem with the L2 trying to pull. And you know, it's things like that. Like, I can pause this for you guys when this game transitions. Hang on a minute. There it is. Timed it. So, you know, the game now loads. We're on the PlayStation 5, yet it hasn't got enough power and juice in it to be able to load stuff and render it quick time. All the players disappear for a brief second. The cutscenes are just not done well, or the replays, should I say. They're not done well. They look very poorly optimized. It's a mess. It's a mess. It really is. Sometimes it goes to the game, then it goes back to the cutscene, then it goes back to the game. It's like it doesn't know what on earth it's playing at. And we got a free kick here with Mr. Kimmich, so we're going to fire this one into Mr. Robert Lewandowski. I think this was the first goal I scored. Have a look at that. Off the crossbar, and there we go. Now, the net physics, they're not really there. They're kind of non-existent. I will say FIFAs are unbelievable this year. The net sounds do sound a little bit better. I mean, the audio is better. Okay, they've done an okay job with the audio, but then look at the crowd behind them. You know? I mean, who's this guy? No idea, but you can't even see his kit. It's been blurred out. Terrible quality there. I mean, she's a little bit of a tasty piece. But that's about it. I don't know what she's staring at. The eyes are absolutely full-blown there. He's happy. So yeah, the crowd is very cardboardy, not really a proper 3D crowd. As I say, when you look at the players themselves, like here, the player models are not bad. Like, there's potential, and I will say potential, very slightly. But they're all the same height again. Just laziness, Konami. Seriously. Mental. So anyway, there's the first goal for you. Bag that in. I wanted to watch the cutscenes because, you know, why not? A new game. You got to check it out. So here was the ball, whipped in. You know, Lewandowski got up well, comes off the bar, and Szczesny just couldn't get up quick enough. I wouldn't say the goalies were superhuman, which is where, when it comes to like Barry and Spoonie talking about whether the build that they played was nothing like this. And I probably agree with them. I don't know. I can't see that they're lying to us, you know what I mean? Because if they played a build that was like this, which they didn't, right? Because they had Sharp Kick enabled, and it was actually available to use. So we know they didn't play this build. They would have told us. You know, Barry would have been straight in and said, it's an embarrassment, son. Let's not even talk about it. So anyway, 35 minutes in. Another problem with this mode, or this build, is it's a 5-minute half off online. Sorry, online's 10 minutes, but offline is a 5-minute game on Superstar. It's like, why? Why are you locking the time limit? You can't do a whole lot in a 2.5-minute half. There you go, once again, players colliding. And it's very inconsistent as well. Like, the referee sometimes will give a foul, sometimes he says, no, that's not a foul. I mean, was that a free kick there? Kind of, but his foot's kind of gone through his foot. Just so much clipping problems, folks. Like, we complain about the Fox engine. This is miles worse, you know, and they're using the Unreal Engine. And at this state, you know, we're talking a good Well, if it took them 2 years to make this, we're talking about 8 years before... I'm going to be in my 40s before we get a solid build. I don't know what kind of a pass that was from Szczesny. I do like the transition into the game, but it's bad that I'm praising like the stuff off the field and on the field, which is exactly what I've been doing with FIFA for years and years. But, you know, this has no meat and bones off the field. Anyway, there was the first half, so I'm going to head to the second half now because I'll stop recording and I'll see you in a second. All right, so here we go. They come out of the tunnel. So again, I love this, but you see the way he's walking? They all walk the same. Like, look at Thomas Müller. He walks the same. They all have the same walking animation. Like, you can't mix it up a little bit. And I don't know what Lewandowski... Looks like a damn zombie. But there's another problem. Like, the loading. It doesn't add up. Like he's there with the ball, ready to kick off. And then it almost... Like, look, watch. Like, now it's... What is this? This is half-time. It's transition from Morata standing on the centre circle, ready to take the kickoff, to going back to half-time, loading, and then starting the match. The game is just not optimised well in any shape or form, ladies and gentlemen. Huh? Like, seriously. Anyway, here we go again. So, they're going to work it down the right-hand side. Here comes Davies. I mean, defending is a mixed bag, but it's not full manual because you could just use L2 and X to get your player to run in like a homing missile and try and get the ball back. Hopefully they'll fix that, you know, because that doesn't really make the whole manual defending worthwhile. It isn't. You just press 2 buttons and the game will do it for you right there. That's all I had to do. L2 and X steals the ball every single time. Gnabry lost it there. Alexandro. It also feels very... Like, there's too much weight to the players where it's got to the point where everything is really unresponsive and slow. Like, trying to do skill moves on this or trying to take players on just is not fun, and it's an absolute mission. This is the moment. This is the moment that we've been waiting for. This was the tweet that I put out that I think nearly got 100,000 views. It actually got featured on a website. And this was, like I said, my first match, and this happens. Look at the state of this. It is bad, and it's not even me doing this, it's the AI. Now, I did get a penalty out of it, and don't worry, folks, we're going to go back and watch this replay, because I think I watched it about 70,000 times once I actually figured out the bloody replays, because they are a bit of a pain. Seriously, I'm trying to find him. So here we go. Gnabry's through on goal, and Rabiot says, not today. But if you wanted to show someone, how is PES... Oh, not PES. Sorry, don't say PES, Ricky. It's embarrassment to the thing. eFootball, how is it shaping up? This is it in a nutshell. I mean, look at it. You've got players skating. I mean, watch Gnabry's feet right here. He skates a good 3 or 4 feet. And then Rabiot starts trying to pull him. And the physics and everything in this game just goes tits up, pretty much. The collisions are horrendous. What's up, Alf? It's just bad. And this is the facts. The facts are, this is meant to be a bit of a teaser, a bit of a demo, a bit of a taster for November. Who in their right mind is going to get excited when you see this and the amount of problems? That's why I can't for the life of me fathom out why Konami release this. You are not helping yourself in any shape or form. And I said this time and time and time again yesterday live on stream. It's embarrassing. Like, you should be embarrassed as a company, as a whole, to put something like this out. And we're going to go back to the gameplay right now. But to put something like this out, what were you hoping for? That we installed this and played it with our eyes closed? Because that's the only way that we might have enjoyed it. So, bang, cool as you like. As I said, the net sounded decent. Like, they've done something to the net sounds. Whoop-de-doo. They just haven't sorted anything else out. So there we go. Robert Lewandowski, 2 goals. There's Chiesa. But yeah, leave your thoughts. I mean, I like to know what you guys all feel, but I think we know how we all feel. And then they show this replay. Oh, jeez, Louis. That's probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in a football game happen. Early build or not, I don't care. We are basing everything off of this build because we haven't been shown anything else. So when people say, oh, it's an early build, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know if it's an early build. I don't work for Konami. In fact, people at Konami probably don't even know if it's an early build. Yeah, this is the best we have. We have to judge everything on this gameplay. And it's not a surprise to me that Konami have not shown, once again, there you go, L2 and X, although it was a foul. It's the same thing every time. It's 50-50 whether the ref will give a foul or not. Here he comes, watch. Arms through players, didn't even see the replay, but yeah, we're basing everything off of the build that we have been given. You know, it's like you go to a restaurant and you have some food. Well, if the restaurant is meant to be amazing, but you go that one time, the experience is terrible, of course you're going to have a bad time and you're not going to probably want to go there again. But unfortunately, this is not like it's a one-off. Every single match is exactly the same. Issues galore. And if we talk about like the AI, like this is meant to be superstar, right? Superstar AI, you know, and this is what you get. Like Benta sit here, what is he doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. You've got players just, you know, standing around. They're very spread out. They're not really calling for the ball. So when you're judging the AI and the superstar level of difficulty, it's not good. You know, it's gone backwards. You know, and I've even been playing on Legend on PES 21 because I wanted to start cranking things up. Playing on manual on Legend has been fun. But it looks like Superstar has taken a huge back seat. I have no idea what's going on after time. Once again there, that's technically a foul. I mean, watch this. I'm going to slow this one down for you. I'm going to put this at like 0.25. And just watch here. I mean, technically he just shoves him in the back. He just pushes him. It's a foul. You can't legally go up to a player in a match and just shove him in the back and say, yep, that's my ball, son, get out of the way. Referee didn't care, just said play on. And I've no idea where the ref's going. You know, the play's up here. Referee should be bombing his ass to keep up with the play. No, so away we go with Alphonso Davies. Played that one through, but couldn't find anyone. And Chiellini decides to pass it to us. We play it square towards Mullers. Gave me a little shove there, and Locatelli wins it back. So we've got about 9 minutes to play. But yeah, just a disaster, folks. From the moment the game kicked off, it was non-stop replays, me just being baffled by the sheer audacity to put this build out for us to play, which they're calling, you know, this is meant to be like the release. This is actually meant to be a release. Like, this isn't, it's not stated as a demo. It's called eFootball 2022. It is an actual release. This is the release. So they are going to get slaughtered by websites. You know, IGN's already come out. Big companies and big websites are going to say this game is a joke. And people are going to look at that and they're not going to download it and they're not going to play it. Guess what they are going to play? I don't have it with me because it's in the console, but they're going to play FIFA 22 all day, every day. Konami, what have you done? I really hope, I really hope you get the post-patch launch of this game out fast, or you delete this off the store, because this is not good. It's not good. Anyway, final few seconds. Here was a chance for Gnabry. That's Sancho came across, or Sandro. And there we have it. So it finished 2-0. First game on Superstar. Fuma, that guy did the business. But yeah, an absolute mess from start to finish. But let me know your thoughts below. I really just wanted to put out like my first game for you guys to watch and like how I honestly feel about this and what's happened to the series. I don't know. But it's very concerning. I mean, this stuff at the end is great. I love it. I love the little touches. I love players coming out at half-time and showing cutscenes. But it doesn't mean anything if you can't get the fundamentals right. And then we go through here. I should have looked at the players' ratings, but I didn't. But they're all the bloody same. They haven't changed them, as always. Anyway, we'll be back shortly. We will be streaming more. And just stay tuned, folks. FIFA 22 career mode. We're going to stream it. We have no choice. But I think it'll be a good bit of fun. And it's kind of the way we are right now. So anyway, until next time, subscribe for more. Leave your thoughts below. And take care.